Hello everyone! Last time we spoke about the history of the Arathi and them settling within Hallowfall. Anduin Wrynn has heard rumors and wants to see for himself if the Arathi are actually around.
By the light, it shines as brightly as the sun. Are those airships? But we're underground. I hear the radiant song. Is it coming from that crystal?
Whatever Beladar is, it speaks to Anduin, which might be because of his deep connection to the light. Or, well, he used to have that connection, but these days, Anduin lost all faith in himself, in his role as a king, his worthiness of the light, and the light very much responds to conviction. That is his war within. The boy king dealing with his trauma of the Shadowlands, but to be honest, Anduin's whole life has been a struggle. Lost his mother at an early age. His father was then kidnapped, leaving Anduin to rule in his stead. Ask adventurers for any news about his father. Varian then returns, split into two by the black dragon Onyxia's magic. Onyxia was exposed, and in retaliation kidnapped Anduin to her lair. Varian rode out to save his son, and was then magicked back together. But not the man that he used to be. His aggressive Logash side kept him alive in the arena. But without balance, it also hurt his loved ones, like Anduin, who would decide to live with Uncle Velen for a while, diving deeper into his connection with the light. Varian would go through the Worgen ritual and embrace both sides of himself, bringing back balance and restoring the bond between the Wrynns. Garrosh's Hellscream then shattered every bone in Anduin's body, while the prince saved us from the Divine Bell, for then the Legion to show up, and Varian sacrificing himself on the broken shore. With no time to grieve, Anduin had to step up and do what a king must do. Lead the Alliance through great times of turmoil against the Burning Legion and then against the Hordes. War Chief Sylvanas Windrunner was disposed and peace followed. An armistice that lasts to this day. But Windrunner had more in store. She kidnapped Anduin and other leaders into the Shadowlands, into the arms of the jailer, where most of Anduin's current trauma comes from, as Sylvanas decided to do the same thing to Anduin as Arthas had once done to her. She forced Anduin to serve the jailer, be dominated by his will, perform acts so against his nature that momentarily Anduin overcame the chains of domination and fully realized what he'd been doing. For then the leash to be tightened once again, and he felt himself slipping further and further away. We do not know every moment that Anduin spent with the jailer.
What is this? It's too much!
But what Sylvanas did to him haunts him still, for he is not certain where the line lies between his own actions and that of the jailer. Someone forced him to do things that he never wanted to do. How could he possibly return home and lead his people when the man that he thought he was had proven to be just as corruptible as the rest of us, when he had tried to kill his friends and loved ones?
Your kingdom and your friends are awaiting your return.
My friends, the ones I almost killed. They believe my hands are clean, but they don't feel clean.
It is perilous to confuse what you are made to do with what you choose to do.
How can I not when it all blurs together? It was so horrific and exhilarating. And it sickens me to think that satisfaction may have been mine.
Ah, so that's why you've come. You fear you might not be who you thought you were.
I'm starting to wonder if I ever knew. For the first time in my life, I'm afraid that if I call on the light, it won't answer. If I've no trust in myself, how can I expect my kingdom to trust me? To put their faith in me when mine has faltered?
Must you bear that weight?
After a self-imposed exile, Anduin heard the call of Azeroth, and despite his own misgivings, believing that he is no longer the man worthy of trust and love from others, he still steps up and offers to help any way he can. When hearing the rumors of the Arathi, he could do nothing else but to investigate. Now, partying with the Arathi soon reveals that they're dealing with many threats at once. The Nerubians of Ashkahet are not friendly towards these light wielders, but the Arathi have one major advantage: being able to jump on the airships and fight from the air. They're just about to finish construction of their flagship, the Dawnbreaker, a new warship design with the firepower to turn the tide in this endless war against Ashkahet. The ship is absolutely massive, and of course, a prime target for the Nerubians. Best to make sure the ship doesn't go down, while also dealing with the Cobus, Behemoths, Light Zealots of the Arathi, and then finally the Order of Knights, founded and led by Elric Lead, fully in league with Xal'atath.
What is happening?
It's Beladar, our star. It shifts between the light and this. The Dawn Towers hold back the darkness with the sacred flame, but the light always returns.
Stars are devoured, and they light a candle. You know how this ends, Illyria. Inevitably, the void consumes everything.
Show yourself, monster!
You know where to find me. Deeper in the darkness.
There's a chill in the air. I will scout ahead.
Be careful, Illyria.
A beacon in the dark.
A wave of shadow. What just happened? Those shadows came from the Dawn Tower.
Farron, wait! We must withdraw to Merida!
The Dawn Tower? What is happening to it?
The Harbinger has whispered to me of your arrival. And your failure at Dalaran.
Where is your master?
No! The sacred flame! What has Alric and his cults done?
I don't know. But they claim allegiance to Xal'atath, and so their lives are forfeit.
The flame is corrupted. Can we restore it? This shadow... It's too much!
Anduin, help her. Call upon the light once more.
No, I can't. There must be another way.
We carry the flame in...
Look out!
What are those things? They hardly seem real.
A trick of the shadow. I will deal with them. You all go ahead.
If we stop that ritual, I should be able to cleanse the flame.
The Harbinger come!
Light be my...
Stand strong! The darkness won't take us today. Anduin, your light. What happened to it?
It doesn't matter. I'm no longer worthy of it. More shadows. We're trapped in here, aren't we?
No.
We're not giving up here. Let's go. We can do this if we stick together.
The light shines through you. But what if it goes out? What if you failed your people?
You think I've never failed? I've never made mistakes. I was never even supposed to be in Hallowfall. I stowed away to escape a family that only ever saw me as a failure. Was it a mistake? I lost an eye and an arm for it. Does that make me unworthy of the light? I regret nothing. I keep fighting because in the darkness, it's all we can do. I can't give up. It's not in my nature. And I don't think it's in yours either.
You don't understand. I've hurt people. I was controlled by darkness, but part of me enjoyed it.
Enjoyed hurting people? Or no longer being able to agonize over every thought and action?
I will always try. Will I be free?
Having doubt, making mistakes. None of these make you unworthy, Anduin. They light your path forward.
Enough of your illusions, Xal'atath!
Belladar's light has returned! Thank you, Illyria.
Illyria, we would have been lost without you. Thank you.
I'm glad you're all safe. Let's end this.
Join me, please.
You know the light is not with me.
There is no darkness so deep that the light cannot reach us. Just be here with me. Now, breathe. We are the seekers of light. We are the holders of hope. In the very heart of shadow, we are the lamps that guide the way. It's a first step. The rest is just time and trust. We need to return to Merida. I need to let the General know what happened here.
This Order of Night is no mere cult. The Harbinger they speak of is Xal'atath. She won't stop. Your people need to be ready.
Anduin's journey towards potentially reigniting the lights, it's thankfully not done in one single zone, but the first steps are being made. Meanwhile, Illyria is being whispered at, being told that these candles are nothing to the great darkness that awaits. The Harbinger has her eyes on Windrunner, beckons her to come to Ashkahet.
That's the warning bells of the main gate.
Children, inside!
The Kobis strike our veneration grounds during Belladar's light. How?
Look, General. Darkfire. This is Auric's doing.
The Harbinger manipulates the Kobis through their hunger, and the Arathi through their fear. Yes, yes! Night falls! Renalash begins! Join me in the shadows. Bring the Harbinger joy!
Alric's ritual is the source of this darkness. We need to break through this barrier.
He draws strength from the darkness. So do I. Alric thinks the shadows will save him. He should see what true power looks like. Now! Go for the kill!
The Harbinger spoke of you. She has taken an interest in you. Harbinger! Do not forsake me!
How could any Arathi be in league with such monsters? The sacred flame is lost. Fall back!
No. We cannot keep retreating from the darkness. Our fear has overshadowed our faith. Beledar may have guided us, but it is not what will save us. Stand with me against the shadow. Show this Harbinger the true strength of the Arathi.
And if you fall against the darkness, what will we do then?
It's what we always say, General. The light will return. Even if someone else carries the torch. We are the seekers of light. We are the holders of hope. In the very heart of shadow. Together, we guide the way.
Arathi, friends, the flame blesses us with victory. Your courage against the dark has saved the day.
General, the Nerubians. They've opened a new front at Light's Redoubt.
Flames. Arathi, mount up! Light's Redoubt calls for help. We bring hope into the darkness.
Livia's patience is overrun. We must buy the villagers time before the reckoning can launch.
Everyone is evacuated. The Nerubians are massing for another assault. Fall back!
We have to get out of here, now!
Where's Anduin?
Even if someone else carries the torch.